Let's get to the trader rundown now with Michele Schneider, Director of Trading at MarketGauge. Happy to see you, Michele. And what do you think February will bring for investors?
Well, we still have a lot of earnings to get through with Amazon and Google, Facebook, plus a lot of the other smaller type stocks, retail stocks, pharmaceutical stocks. So we have a lot to get through to see how the earnings season is so far. We saw last week Apple did well, and that's really, I think, one of the reasons why the market found somewhat of a temporary bottom. But I'm going to say a temporary bottom at this point because it still looks like we have a lot of pressure, particularly on some of the risk-off indicators like junk bonds, for example, which even with the market trying to hold the levels we saw last week, that is still turning lower. So I think you have to watch that area. If we can hold, we might see a decent bounce, but it's probably going to be a sellable bounce. After all, we have broken down. We are in a stagflation environment. The Fed will probably raise in March. And at this point now, I think the overall sentiment has just shifted from a buy the dip, markets going up to new highs, to sell the rallies and see where the market finally falls apart to. And then people will come in and start buying.
What's your trade of the day?
Well, this is a very difficult time to put anything longer term on as we are in earnings seasons, but I'm still really very much interested if the market finds a floor as a non-cyclical type of trade is to be looking at things like medical devices, and there's an ETF IHI. Of course, it's been underperforming like the rest of the market, but if we can find some kind of a level of a floor, that could actually go counter to the market, as medical devices is something that will come back as we see COVID starting to go away and people head back for procedures they didn't get for the last 2 years.
And that is how traders stay ahead of the curve. Always thinking. Thank you, Michele.
Thank you, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.